We start. Banana. 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 Indian. Alright, this is another episode of the Randy Podcast. Another episode of the Randy Podcast. I am here with old Methuselah. Right, so today, every day we are talking about the role of the priest and at the end. What is the role of the youth? You, Jerry. No, Jerry is a youth leader. What is the role of the youth in being active? What are you doing to be active in your community to get the active? The community vibrant and active. What are you? You know, there's some youth on the page, youth page. What do you do to them?
Some of us have been muted in the book. So it means that
So, Charlie, what are the challenges you are facing when it comes to the youth? Let's forget about administration. Charlie, what are the youth doing that is, as youth leaders, what do you think they are doing?
So I think
it's not administration.
So it's good that we are bringing in this topic because we don't also want to look as if we are looking at we're looking at the problem from other people. Maybe no, like we ourselves too. I think that largely for this group at CSM, we can say for a fact that we are good that identified the problem in the church and came together to work to help solve the problem.
Yeah.
So that's one of the key things that we need to realize that it's easy to complain about a problem. Criticism is dear. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. And the church
What are you doing?
And a lot of times we forget that we are agents of change. Yes. You know, if God has given you the wisdom to realize the problem, it means He has given you the wisdom to solve the problem. So let's just talk about the problem, solve the problem.
A lot of times we complain about being
They can't act this song very very soon. This introduction, I don't know whether they chant this song.
arise.
So you see, if we all don't come together and pick things up, then this priest is not for us, that priest is not for us. How you close? When you come for youth meeting, how there you go?
I feel this is personal.
The same youth now will come. The church is not supporting us to get work. How does the church support you to get work? When you don't active in the church, you want the pastor to lead you to get job. What are you telling me?
What I see.
How can you tell me that story?
So we complain about inactiveness, that the person is not blindly and all that, but you find a lot of the youth themselves not patronizing.
When it comes to the inactiveness of the youth, I would say that it's about time to realize that it's a pandemic in the church. Seriously. Every single church that you go to, every single church that I have been to, youth, mobilizing them to come for programs is always a big deal. Every single church that I've been to, I've not been to a church that you get it. No, there are places that the people respond. It's after like a lot of work. You get it. But I am here to go to a parish that all it takes is a simple announcement. The youth will go here and everybody comes. So it's about time that we realize that it's actually a pandemic. It is present, it is widespread almost everywhere in the church. And I'm happy having this conversation because it's not always that we must look at church leadership. We ourselves, like, we also can do something about the problem. We also must look to others for the solution. We are the solution. There are things that we can do, and I think that's why we're having the discussion.
Yeah.
To I mean, we're talking about the activeness. That's broad. We can go into the various details as to some of the things that we can do. I've spoken about one, when you identify a problem, be the change agent.
So I think one of the problems that I identified in the youth, which bothers me so much, is that aside the fact, even as a youth leader, right?
Formally.
No, being part of CSM is leadership. Being close to the vice president is leadership, right? And there is something there. We complain about welfare of the church, but we forget that there is something called the primary welfare, where if you don't see your friend or your fellow youth at mass or at church, to even call or check up on the person I mean, I was absent due to exams for a while, and it will surprise you to know that just one person outside my circle, and I have a very close circle. I don't know how you want to do this, and I have a very close circle. Just one person outside my circle in the whole of my parish was able to reach out to me and ask me, Kofi, it's been a while we saw you at mass. Not to feel entitled whatsoever, but at that point I felt that even when I was handing over that time, but no.
But Kofi, how many people did you want to check on? This one person. So don't think that.
No, that is fine.
No,
the point is that
one person reached out. That is enough. If nobody reaches out, that's when it becomes a problem. It would have been nice. No, wait. It would have been nice if 5-6 people reached out.
No.
But as long as
my point there is that I understand what you were saying, right? But that is the level we have gotten to. The level where we complain that we are not having that sense of community, but we are not playing any role. For me, I don't do much, but me will say, oh, there is this person, it's been a while I've seen. Oh, it's been a while, what's up? I do that. You see,
So that's the person who is closer to you check up.
So that thing you see.
No. You know, I can go to church.
No, we are trying to find solutions. You are punching holes. You are a problem.
I can go to church. But they are church members, but there's somebody I pray to more. So if I'm not getting the person check up, yes, the person is
fine. On behalf of that.
Okay, so let me come in. If you're missing church once, right, it's not really much of a big deal if one person or. But how many times do you miss church when I tell you exams?
Charlie, my exams are back to back.
How many?
It means like in 2 months I'm not going to church.
Yes. So you mean that within that 2 months period, just one person check?
Just one person.
Then that's a problem. Because that's an extended period of absence.
But that is how come we lose people to other places.
Yes.
We don't
Don't take that one. You only that.
No, pause. Let me finish.
Yes.
If it was 3 weeks and coming here, one person is enough. We are talking about 2 months. That's 8 weeks.
Yes.
That's 8 Sundays
Yes.
of somebody who is as loud and noisy.
That's where
as not being in church.
That's what
Definitely other people should have picked up. You know, this issue is a bigger issue, not just for the youth. People have left the church because when I was sick.
No, exactly.
No one came to visit me, but me, I have a problem with that. I'm okay, exactly. First of all, it's not about sorry.
Oh, but come on.
And secondly, who did you tell that you were sick?
Yeah,
A lot of times, these people don't tell anybody, one or two. They tell somebody who keeps the information. So a lot of times, check that is not aware that this person is not ill. Oh, na member, sorry, the moon, Charlie, I cry, yes, like it's very easy for me to miss that. And it may come in mind that I've not seen this person for 2 weeks, but it may seem like, oh, they are too fine. I may not think anything of it. So it should only become a problem when you communicate it to the direct source. And I believe every church has a welfare chairman or welfare committee or the church secretary or the priest himself, because their numbers are not secret.
Even a society head.
But that's in a society. So
well,
And so that's
But if you communicated, and nothing was done about the situation, that is when you have an issue.
No.
Kofi, you are in the society. So I tell you the society is in charge.
They did it. So Kofi,
let's not personalize it. Let's not personalize it. No, you know, what is happening here is that I don't have a problem. No, I don't have a problem when it is personalized. I am saying that, and I am mentioning the only person who said that was Patience and Hassan.
thank you.
She was the only one. Thank you so much, Patience. No, I am also coming. Let's not get back. What I'm saying is that the point we are trying to make is that the point Sewa, my heartbeat. The point we are missing is that we complain about not having people care about us, but how much do we care for others?
So I'm coming.
That is
Oh my eldest dog.
that is I checked up on a lot of people. I visited their homes.
So you see, this thing of they didn't do this or they didn't do that for me. See, who even told you that some people see what you do? Why do you think about that? Why are you thinking that?
Why are we missing the point? Why are we missing the point? I am the one who got the point. Don't miss it.
I'm not.
I'll point at you.
Now your point is.
My point is that
at least you have to that.
Wait, why is there so much violence on this podcast?
no, we are identifying the problem.
You know that
Something about my picture point.
So,
Do you know? I understand my point.
That's no one.
You don't understand Kofi's point.
My point is, it was not to personalize.
Kofi's point is we are trying to create a community.
Yes.
We all complain when these things happen.
Yes.
We should do something about it.
Yes.
Not like I was a software we want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I say something that we are doing to solve this?
Yes.
Let me say something.
It means that there's one man in a family. That is what you are saying. So how do you give a sense of community?
So
Alright.
I'm giving that.
I've not been in church for like years.
Okay.
You understand?
That's it.
I come. And me, I don't know how God will get
The girls.
Not the girls in this matter.
Yeah.
Like they take up on me, like when they call me physical. But I don't just say, oh my friend, yeah, I'll be angry at them or something like that. No, I get my force for someone to check up on you.
So that's what you are doing. That's what you are doing. We are trying to
I'm not speaking. I think that henceforth Kofi is in an entrenched position, so I'm the moderator.
We are community. Whatever we are doing, you should understand, we are community. And community can grow when we have that kind of love
For each other.
on each other.
Yeah.
So the point is making, it was out of check for some time, at least.
What else is there?
Yes, we should check up on us.
It is there.
You know, to build the youth, it's a time we build this kind of relationship because you get to the other churches. Charlie, I
They're not
visited.
correct.
It's
Let's
okay.
see.
Community as a community, you can do community sense. I mean, when you go to the smaller churches, because I know your mother, I know your father, you stay there. If you don't come, at least I can find out from you, but I know that you are not a man. Where we are now, in the various services, it's not one community. Thank you very much. If you can. People have so many things to do. They are there. But now, one solution we at Actually Revolutionary is that we are coming up with a welcoming ministry. This
Don't bring your church.
Welcoming
Don't
you
bring
to
your
church.
church.
Exactly.
Welcoming is
Hold
perhaps.
on.
Don't bring your church here. I have a welcome ministry in my church. I have started. So don't bring it like me my church. Coming to my church.
Manifest look at one.
That's what I tell you.
He hasn't said that
He is the first.
But it shouldn't be like Bishop Father I have started that.
No, but I don't like what you are finding solutions, Jerry. You are trying to.
Even what you said is.
Hello. I want to apologize to our viewers.
No.
I'm not apologizing on your behalf, Jerry. I'm not apologizing on your behalf. I don't like it. If I punch Jerry, please.
You are not there.
He's talking about Bishop Rob Father, but he this Father, they can't even started this. And we put material and we are now making a point. You understand? And do you know what we want to do? Good. What we want to do is, you see, our ashes of late, when it's just direct to go and sit down and meet us. But with the welcoming ministry, this is what we're going to do. You come, we welcome you. If you are new, we take your contact. When you go home, we follow up with a call. Try to know, do you have a society? Are you baptized? This and that. Then try to, find a sense of oneness, sense of bonding and all that. Do you get it? I'm not saying we are the first to do. Yes, we have done.
So point of correction. I have done that. Come and learn more.
We're talking about how active the youth can also be to get the youth active.
I was going to language, and that's not what we're discussing.
No, we're actually discussing the role of the youth in being active and vibrant in the community. So
I was making a point. So the question was, how are we able to, help the existing youth? It is welcoming youth.
Not you, existed in this church service.
So as I said, we will integrate the database we have on the software.
Our master already.
Okay, well, I'm not sorry. No. I just said a follow-up course all the time, but I never said it will help us every month. Everybody's birthday, there will be notification and automatically the message will be sent to that person. Happy birthday.
So I don't know if this should be part of the podcast or outside the podcast. One of the projects I want us to do as CSM is to help the actors build a database.
We need that. We need that.
Now, once we help them to build it, we manage it. It means that the churches can come and see us once and a text message to, for a small fee, maybe 156, 200 cities. We blast them the text messages to your people. It's one of the things that I wish that we can do as CSM.
So CSM projects, church register,
Database.
operation database for every church. So you integrate it.
So we'll feed it to the arch.
Yes, it helps. It will even help with students going to school and all that.
Any of that
On who?
because I know the arch will not have a database because they will be expecting the churches to have its database where if the bishop gives an information from a company.
Okay, so not exactly like a database, but like the current system is that the bishop will communicate to the priest communicates to the bishop. But you and I know that sometimes there's a break in that chain. So I think it would be good to have a database whereby the bishop can send a message to all kinds of dialysis, but not necessarily go through the priest.
Yeah.
It makes information quicker.
Yeah.
So this is where Father made mention of it has to come from somewhere.
But you think they're not aware of whatever complication comes in? Maybe the whole point about this thing, the project, the hospital
Legacy
project,
of Hope.
Legacy of Hope project.
Yeah.
It is not something. Yes, it's not something that you necessarily have to pass through the priest. You get it.
There are some messages that
not to break any protocol.
Like there will be the bishop wants the priest to take another collection or something. That's not the kind of message you're talking about.
No.
You're talking about normal messages like update a legacy of hope, maybe there's an information I just communicate.
It
will be faster. You see, like you said, the church is a database. My church, we do. Some churches don't. Most churches don't. So, personal information work. So personal information will be different. But if you have this database, we can just easily, and you see, the church, what is having a program? How many churches blast text messages to their members about the program? What is part of us CC?
No, it's surprised us who helps you. No.
It's a fight outside the program.
You see, oh,
Instead of being given as a credit, take it. So what he did,
Take it.
was for
It's okay.
Take it.
a different company. It's okay. Your St. Francis just sent me to send work estimate of legacy of hope. What are you telling me?
that was the legacy of hope. It wasn't using
What is it? It was what
So you know what you for the degree? Legacy of hope. When you
I'm going to show you the check.
it was the
The one I open there was
Look at it. So when I say no, it's no. Look at how much I really know today.
Right, so we are still talking about the role of the youth in getting.
So, Kofi, as I was saying before, you know, when it comes to things like building a database, you don't expect the older generation to be having this kind of conversation.
Yeah.
We, the youth, are the ones that have the affinity for these things. You get it? In as much as the bishop or the church consultants, administrators try to be as technologically advanced as possible, they can't beat us. Do you get it? So this is how we should use our intellect and our youthfulness to the benefit of the church. We should help the bishop with some of these things.
Yeah.
Instead of expecting him to do it.
Yeah, I think as part of the role we are talking about is the youth being forthcoming when it comes to projects like this.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times in our communities, when we are even calling for youth to man the decks for registration, sometimes there is a hard problem to get.
See, but I think we as leaders also, we are not being proactive. See, we have to fetch for them. There are some people there who are specialized in certain aspects that we are not privy to. But when we get closer to them, talk to them and know who they are, we can use them.
Exactly when I come in as when you don't have that sense of community, how do you get closer? I was trying to get a project at my place, right? With Operation One New Person. The whole idea was that, you know, I don't like approaching ladies. Not because I am not the type that is quick at expressing my feelings to a lady. No, I guess I'm not more, but I do not feel that a lady must be rude upfront. You should take time to know the person. I don't know. I don't care about your philosophy or whatever. Right. The point is that after mass, after mass, get someone, talk to the person. Hi, my name is Sophie. What's your name? Exchange contacts. Check up on the person the next time. Then that's how we build. So what do you do? Next time I know that you work at Extron Engineering, you are a surveyor, you are this, you are that. When I need a surveyor for our land at Abokobi or Merriman, you know. Yes, that is the point. That is the sense of community. So, but then is what are the rules?
What are the what?
Rules that we think that
Not necessarily rules, but they're giving ideas as to how people are.
as youth,
We can
what can we help?
There's somebody, you know that on social media you are good. Man, Trem will be a
Handle
the church page. You know you are good. You know you have this article.
OT law, child
But I don't know, like what
graphic designers,
like the way
then the vex
The way they pay me.
see the way
no charge me. I think it is fair for you to charge.
Kofi,
Charge me and give me a discount.
Kofi, like the way Sike was saying, you know that those ones. Me for instance, I'm loud, but So I'm very home and then if you don't approach me for something, I'll come and tell you that
That's the problem, but that's the problem.
I'm coming.
So if everybody is reserved, they say,
Yes.
who go do that? If computer is reserved, see that's why your computer here.
So if you Charlie, Alex go fit do this.
No, Alex, look at the point. Alex, you get what you're saying. Because what Elvis is also saying is that what Elvis said something earlier that maybe the leaders must also make it a point to get close to the people to know. That's one solution. The other solution is that you, the person, despite the fact that you are a reserved person, despite the fact that you are shy, you need to have the mind, the sense that you need to contribute something to your church. That's the fundamental principle. Don't just come to church and go. And if you have a skill, though you are shy, go and see one or two people that I have this skill, I can help the church in this. Don't wait to be approached, because you see,
Even if you charge.
church leadership, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 against 1,000 people. They can't reach everybody. So you also have to come. Though you are shy, get out of your shell and come. That's the point you are making.
I always have this in my mind, and that's what I always used to do. That's I have a contribution to play in the church. What if I for myself? Because I have a talent, and God gave me that talent to use
Talent.
The talent I have is to develop some aspects of the church.
Systems.
And everybody
Systems.
all of us here, everybody has this kind of talent.
Yes, he is he was a videographer. MC announcer.
No, MTN.
Let me do this one too. Is a videographer and photographer. A graphic designer. That is one.
Like my West finish.
Let me finish it. He is a videographer and a father as well. Assistants, we are all on a filter. Alex, Alex. Alex is a graphic designer and he's software engineer, and he breaks hearts too. He breaks hearts. And then chairman, he's an engineer, he's a father figure. He's a father figure in the society. He's a father. Echelon engineer. Any committee is inside. He's a photographic and then Mark Dennis is the CEO of Treasure Marks. They make branding, printing, whatever I want. Graphic designer, photographer too by day, and he has a girlfriend. And my name is Lopita. Yes, the hyper MC. What do you say? Balance. So Jerry was saying, but before that, I'm saying
we all have
Our talent.
talent to develop in the church, to grow the church. If you don't bring that talent you have to develop the church will still be at home.
They will be complaining all the time.
Always complaining. So it is high time we the youth come up with the little thing we can do. We come on board, we share this, we can go high. I started this videography of my church using a mobile phone.
Thank you.
Today you have a whole crew.
A whole crew.
the videos are going viral.
To the extent that if I don't even go to a church, people are doing it. And they are developing talents where it can even do them
Some cash.
Skills. Yes. I have one lady who does my roaming camera.
Hey.
A lady roaming camera. He does it roaming.
There's a camera in the
And he controls the cameras. Now, very soon, no man will be looking for people. Through this was more.
What did you show?
Because she has the experience.
Yeah.
So Lumen Christie, we have a lady for you already.
Lumen.
Okay, so one other thing I also want to say.
Let's finish.
Yeah, one other thing I also want to say is that the youth shouldn't think that service, TIA as well money.
Oh, Charlie.
One statement bothers me. Oh, why don't you? Oh, I'm busy. It pisses me off because then you are trying to say that we could do it. You need to hear. Let me give an example. Today, I'm here recording podcasting. Sorry, because Ashoma, if you're for Radini, before for Madina, before for airport hills, before I go to the year, I understand that's my podcast. Jerry, if you Kumasi, Abakra, one Tanasi, was sorry, Abakra air podcast. And yes, yeah,
oh, Kofi Tango. Oh, yeah, MC, my parish. Expo, business expo, but we are sitting here. That's the main.
Sometimes the adults or the parents will have should encourage. That sometimes somebody can ask you a question. It's who they do a you know, somebody asked me that question. I think, like, time that people up here and they hear, like, me, a Juma and I was like, seriously? Could you bring my CV, your CV, so that I said, what?
I don't know, Juma.
It's somebody like
it's strange.
Sometimes, like, people, you know, when they see you, giving your time to go. Charlie,
it's a good.
It pays, you know, it pays because recently I shared my house with you.
Yeah.
Let me just, it's because the time I have given to God, to serve God. I know God saved me through that pen. Like my house name pen, everything.
Hey, that's what happened.
Tuesday,
This week.
like the whole house nearly bent. But because the love and the commit the service, like the time that we develop in my God. To the sense, imagine air conditioning, I had stepped out 1 minute and come back. The whole house would have been. Because the air conditioner.
You see, Jerry, if your old house had even better its properties,
Yes.
my fear was uncanny. The smoke won't wake you up.
Because that's the home. It started from the home.
So in God way is it?
It is God. It is a time because God made it not happen in the night.
Yeah.
Like when I was away, but it was when in the morning when I had wake up, taking my daughter to school. So I stepped out from the house, and then my daughter called me, "Dad, your phone."
Wow.
So I just be like, "Oh, I want to take you to school and come back." Moving the car again, it's clicking your phone. So I just step out from the car, open my door, go to see that Charlie fire.
Glory to God.
Charlie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is the
fire is shot.
So if you're active in a church, your house will be
Yes.
With what I do, there is no way I'm going to die by an accident.
Yes.
See, and I go and come back, and then there is
There is something I can from people are going through this and I say, see, when I came from Kumasi to Accra, I wanted to be a low kind of person, not involved in myself. Exactly. Back in Kumasi, I was secretary, everything from youth. When I came, I was in the pews and somebody came to read. Immediately the first person started. Hey! Oh, boom!
boost.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't sit down.
See, I can't do this. I requested for the time they meet every day. I went there and they were like, "Can you read?" I said, "Yes, I can read." "Okay, come and read and let's see." I read it the next Sunday. They told me come and read at church. So see, you may be also be going through this. You think, no, I can't go. Every Sunday it hits you to do something. But something pushes you back.
Spirit is moving.
This is the time for you to make a decision. It means out. Make a step. If you don't make a step, you can never do what you want to do.
There's no way when they're all
Charlie, so
in peace.
Do we have testimonies?
we really do. Let's
as I like what Brad Charles said about the time people thinking they are too busy.
Sure.
But even me, I still think I don't manage my time because, like Brad Charles said, we had a singles class after Mass Week. I had to make sure I get my youth to sit down for the program. That's my local church. Then I had daily meeting. So I had to go and chair the daily youth meeting. After that, Brad Charles, just when we finished, Elvis called that Charlie, are you not coming? I was like, oh, I'll come. Because of that, I had to speak the meeting. But it was a successful meeting. All of those sacrifices we made. And even in all of that, I know myself and I know I can even do better. So let's not feel like we don't have time. We all have time. It's the same 24 hours. Yeah. Brad Charles has used to do all his like 5 hours a day. Yeah. Same 24 hours Kofi has done MC somewhere. And then I was even surprised to see Kofi. I thought you said you don't come. Jerry, I was even surprised to know Jerry's coming from Kumasi. China is you, but
Audrey also.
You see Audrey carrying a backpack from the house to the church.
And then room. You want to do it.
So it's like just I also so this today you guys mentioned that but I'm the vice chairperson.
Yeah.
I've been reflecting over this thing for some time. My parents are not Catholic. I mean I got into the church. My two brothers followed me. I served at my parish. I just like doing things. And I do design. I thought I could help make church design better. So I got into it. So when you have the skill, just get into it. And there are so many benefits. I mean, aside the spiritual benefit, there are a lot of social benefits. You meet people, a lot of help, network, a lot of help I've had in church. Even not in church, but a lot of help I've had in business came from people who were in the church, who saw what I do. And just find time. You have the time. 24 hours, all of us share the same 24 hours. So, there are so many benefits. We've seen life-saving benefits, we've seen spiritual growth. I mean, there's so many benefits that you derive from serving the church.
I think wrapping up, we want to say something here.
I want to add something. So, it's like people want us to have a lot of Marys. You see, there's this story of Jesus going to visit Mary and Martha. Mm-hmm. And Mary was the one paying attention to Jesus, whilst Martha was preparing food and so people sometimes want it to look like we have to be the Marys of the church. And then go home. But then we also need martyrs. We need martyrs to help with the service to the church, to bring out their talents, to support what we do in the church. So I think we should balance it. There should be Marys and then there should be martyrs.
But Mary in the crowd, like she's sitting and listening. But after this, the work has to be.
I think that I don't know if you can edit this part, but that's a very weak example. Because what Jesus Christ said was, Mary has chosen the better portion.
Yeah.
I know, but
Jesus Christ said that. So it's
that.
not a good example.
I know, but people
No, but it's a point. It's a point.
We can't say that. No, she didn't. We don't need anybody to stand up. We need everybody to be working.
Yeah.
So it's not a good example. It's not a good example.
No. I know very new story on you. Charlie, we are wrapping up. I'll say this as a testimony, right? That a lot of the things I do, I think that it is because of the church. I started I do a little bit of graphic design because I felt that I could also help with advertising and all that. And today I have brands I actually advertise for, share my ideas with, and all came because I wanted to serve the church. So please, youth, we are seeing that yes, we complain about a lot of things, administration, jobs, but we also have a role to play. The role to play is that you get yourself interested in activities of the church. The apathy is too much. Let's get better. You know, one song, or need right. So yeah, we are hoping that this podcast goes a long way to get all the youth on board. It's been right here at Candidates for Social Media to tell us how the youth have a role also to play in getting the community vibing. Please do want to follow our handles on social media as Candidates for Social Media on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. On Twitter, we are there at
X.
It's X. It's no longer Twitter.
You are lost. It's X.
and then, yes, at Caliber GH. So this is CSM, and thanks so much for joining us. CSM!
Bye.
Bye.